Hi there, I'm Wayne Jennings with another outdoor gear review. Today I'll be looking at a brand new camping stove I just bought. Now over the years I've used many different kinds of camping stoves, different systems, starting with this one. This is your basic propane cylinder with the stove head on the top. Really simple, it just threads on. This is pressurized, so you just open the valve and it's gonna light right away. These give good heat and this cylinder lasts quite a while. It's a bit bulky, but it works really well. I've used these for many years. Another system that uses cylinders are a little smaller. The actual stove head is smaller and the cylinders are smaller, so they take up less room. And they use blends. This has butane, isobutane, and propane, so it's a gas mixture. And you can get different blends depending, some are optimized for winter use, winter camping. You can also get a tiny one, like check this one out. This one is really small, and this is perfect for backpacking where weight is an issue, or if you're doing a solo canoe trip and you don't need, just for a weekend or something, so you don't need a lot of fuel or a lot of weight. This is ideal. Another system I've used quite a bit, this requires a different kind of gas. You can buy gas in quantity. It's called white gas, so you can take extra fuel with you. It's a little more environmentally friendly because you're not having to take these cylinders to be recycled. You just fill the gas in the tank as you need it, but unlike those systems, this is not pressurized, so these have like a pump, so you gotta pump it up to get the pressure. But these work really well, and this particular one has the stove head attached to the tank. But you can get these where the stove head is separate, and then there's a line to the tank as well. And these work very well. But today, I'm trying something completely different. This just arrived in the mail. I bought it a few weeks ago. I'm really excited to check this out. Look at this little stainless steel beauty. It's by a company called GS-800, and this uses butane as its fuel source. Again, it's a pressurized cylinder that fits inside. So I'm going to hook it up and we'll check it out. The model I purchased is the GS-800 GS-800 mini stove, and it sells for around $35. It measures 9.6 by 8 by 3.9 inches. That's about 24 by 20 by 10 centimeters. And tips the scales at about 2 pounds 2 ounces. That's around 964 grams. It's constructed using corrosion-resistant stainless steel, and it lights quickly and easily using the built-in piezoelectric ignition. And the stove is easy to pack away thanks to this handy little storage case. This style of stove uses a butane gas cylinder, and it installs a little differently. It's not threaded, it kind of snaps in. So we just open the cover here, and this is where the cylinder slides. Now there's a little notch in the top here, and there's a little safety guide on here. So you just kind of line up the safety guide with the notch, let it go, and it's basically in the right position. Then you slide this lever down and it pulls it forward, locks it in place, and makes the connection from the valve to the cylinder. Then you just close the cover here, so everything is secure. Now you're all set to go. Now I've got 2 cups of water in this pot, so we're gonna light it up. See how long it takes to boil the water, make some instant coffee. And this is a nice system because it's got a built-in igniter. You don't need matches. You basically just turn this dial all the way down. It says ignition, and it should light. So let's give it a shot. We'll just turn this down here. There it goes. And it's quiet and it's clean. I can barely see the flame, a nice blue flame down there. So let's see what happens. Okay, that's turned up full. We're going to bring in the stopwatch here, turn it on, and we'll see how long it takes to boil 2 cups of water. Okay, here's some noise. It's definitely boiling. Yes, it is. So 2 minutes, 50 seconds, so just under 3 minutes to boil 2 cups of water. Pretty good. So I just made myself some instant coffee. Didn't take very long at all. I'm really pleased. I've only used this a short while, but I'm really pleased with what I've seen of this stove so far. It seems pretty rugged and durable. The butane cylinders are compact. They fit in there very nicely. And I find the butane is relatively price-wise compared to the propane. They seem to be a lot less money, and they're readily available. The stove itself is nice and solid, and I like the fact that the base is big and flat. So if you set it on a level surface, you're not going to get any tipping. Obviously, a small stove like this is more apt to be tippy. Also, the actual grill surface, I mean, that is huge. I'm not sure, that's at least 10 or 11 inches across. So you could put a big cast iron skillet on there, cook up some bacon and eggs, fry some fish, and not worry about it tipping, whereas I would not want to put anything bigger than, say, a 5 or 6 inch skillet on this little stove. That would be very tippy and very dangerous. So overall, I'm quite pleased with that. I bought it kind of on a whim. I saw it advertised on Amazon, and I paid $39 Canadian on the Amazon.ca website. I've seen the same stove on Amazon.com for $35 US, so relatively the same price. And I've included a link in the description below to the Amazon site if you're interested in buying one of these. Just to let you know, they did not send this to me. I saw it online, I bought it, so I'm not getting any kickback from the company. But if you are interested in buying it, there is a link below. Overall, though, I'm really pleased with the performance, and obviously it's not super compact, so I wouldn't want to take that on a backpacking trip, but it's ideal for car camping, and certainly I would take this on a canoe trip that does not involve a lot of portages. So if I'm out paddling Georgian Bay for 3 or 4 days and I've got the extra space, I would definitely take this stove with me. Okay, just an update on this Gas One stove. I decided to bring it along on a canoe trip. Now, I was a little hesitant at first just because of the size, but I'm on this trip out in Georgian Bay, and there's minimal portages, so size and weight wasn't really an issue. And I'm really pleased with the results. It's a good, sturdy stove. It lights right away, boils water really quickly. So if you're on a trip where weight isn't really an issue, or you have minimal portages, then I would definitely recommend using this Gas One stove.